everyone, welcome back to the channel. We missed last game week doing a stream, and I feel like I've forgotten how to do it.
You've set it all up, which I was actually quite impressed with.
Yeah, but I did it so quickly and so effortlessly. Like I feel
and you've got the
like,
chat working, and it's all.
Yeah, I feel like something might go wrong though. So thank you to everyone that has joined. If there are any issues, obviously, as always, do let us know in the chat. Who is here this evening? Calvin was early. Hello, Calvin. We've got Tim Matthews. Good evening, he says. Jacob says, I'm early to an event. That is lovely.
I'm genuinely really impressed you've set this. You did it really quickly as well.
Something's going to go wrong in a minute. Like all my WhatsApp messages will come up leaked or something. Everyone's like, we can't actually hear what you're saying.
Yeah, should I check to make sure everything's all right? I'm sure it is.
Bobby, we're going straight in with the scores. Everyone seems to have 75. Bobby Whitby, I have 75 with Palmer to go. And I benched Saliba. Your team must be decent. We've got Antonio, good evening. Jacob's also got 75. Antonio, why do we all have 75? Palmer to go. Yellow Army, Roberto, evening everyone. I need to message you back, Roberto, about the podcast. Very keen to come on. Just need to sort out dates. Mark is in the chat. Good evening, everybody. I assume everyone who played Saka, Gabriel and Captain Haaland is having a great week. Oh, yeah, coming on to the first issue.
What a couple of weeks you've had.
Do you
Oh.
I might have a breakdown. Do you want to do the rundown of the captaincies? I don't think we should talk about Gameweek 23 because it does not paint me in a good light.
Well, I'm sure we're going to talk about a certain Manchester City midfielder that you've got.
Can I tell you something that will make you laugh?
Yeah.
Someone, when I tweeted about accidentally not captaining Haaland, someone tweeted me and said, I'm sure you just laughed it off as you normally do. And I was like, if Az sees that message...
Well, do you know what? I will say this. I mean, anyone who doesn't know, we were on holiday last week in Cape Verde. We had a lovely time. We watched Cape Verde on the Saturday, was it?
Yep.
When they got knocked out of AFCON on penalties, and that was really sad. Everyone was there in like Cape Verde t-shirts, weren't they? And
yeah, we were like, everyone's so prepared on this trip, but it turns out there was a little on the
yeah,
beach.
there was. He cleaned up because he had kids' shirts and women's shirts and men's shirts, everything. And then Sunday we watched Liverpool Arsenal on my birthday.
A lovely day.
And Saka scored. We were both really happy. And then we get to Monday night. And...
Can I say my defence? I did say I'll go to my team. I did say I don't really want to watch the City game.
You did say that, yeah.
Also before the City game, my rank was 280,000.
Well, we were going into it with I only had Foden from City. You only had Bernardo. Both started.
Yep.
So we were like, okay, but we were worried about Haaland, we were worried about Alvarez and all that. And then, we had to watch Foden get his hat-trick. And for anyone that says you laugh it off...
I've kept my cool so much this season. The Ollie Watkins benching, we were out with Sam and Lee. I was like, fine, swallow it. Selling McGinn and him doing well. Not captaining Watkins last week.
Yeah.
All of it, I was like, fine, just brush it off. I saw red. I was in the nicest resort. We were watching entertainment. There were drinks. There were good food. And I was just like...
we went out and I couldn't get... the thing is, I've been there. I've been in that situation. I'm sure loads of people listening to this have been in that situation. Luckily, we get it. So when one of us is... Because I had it before with... Remember when I sold Watkins and bought Darwin? And then Watkins was injured and then he played, got 2 goals against Bournemouth. I was around yours and I was absolutely livid. But you were another level that night. We went through the whole night, went to bed early.
I had a blip where I forgot about it. And I thought it's fine. Like around dinner time, I was kind of okay. Yeah. And then I was like, I didn't want to watch the game anyway.
Yeah, I know. And so I got the blame for making us watch the game.
And then you went, I have had a very good game week. And I was like, shut up.
Yeah, I half my rank. I was well happy. And I was remember in bed late that night, you just went, I'm sorry I got so annoyed about Foden. And I was like,
I got 2 points.
I understand.
2 points from Bernardo. But this week... So, do you want to tell the Haaland story?
Oh, God. And then we go through all that. It takes us, we recover. The relationship recovers after that. And then... I
even said to you, I was like, I didn't want to watch football this week.
I know.
You're like, you like football.
I know. And then we get to today. We get to yesterday, and we both bring in Haaland. We're waiting for our coach. We're on by the pool.
And we didn't have any... Oh, yeah.
picturesque setting. We're waiting for team news. I've made my transfers. You're panicking a bit of yours because you want to know if Bernardo's. You're like the only person who wants to know if Bernardo
Which is
starts.
why it wasn't even announced, because
You say to me,
who cares?
you say to me 5 minutes before the deadline, I'm selling Bernardo for Barkley. And I'm like, okay, that seems like a good transfer.
And then, because I said my original plan was to do Watkins to Haaland because I could afford it in one go and not use 2 free transfers. And then you were like, do you not think it's better to sell Solanke? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And then selling Solanke meant that I'd also have to sell a midfielder to be able to afford Haaland. So then I was on the sunbed. There was like 5 minutes to go. And I went, I've done my transfers. Don't talk to me about them. And Az was like, okay. So Az was under the impression that I'd brought in Barkley.
Yeah.
Had no idea I'd sold Watkins for Haaland. And then we waited for our coach to pick us up. We were on the coach, and by this point, we've got no Wi-Fi until we get to the airport. And obviously, the team refreshes and stuff, so you can't see what we're doing. I was on the coach. I was like, and as we were leaving, Haaland scored his second goal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, we've done this so well.
We high-fived.
We high-fived. I was like, we waited 2 weeks before transferring Haaland in. We played our own game, captaining him. How gutted would you be if you captained him last week? We captained him this week.
I said to you, I nearly went for Darwin. No,
before the deadline.
I was like, I might go for Darwin as captain. You're like, I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not very reliable. You know, Haaland's much more consistent, better captain. So I was like, yeah, that's great advice. You should start a YouTube channel. That's excellent advice. Anyway, we land.
No, and then before the flight, I was like, oh, at least like we've got Haaland out the way. Like, it's fine. We're good to go. Everything looked all right seemed all right with the team because we were getting the updates. I'd never look at my team and how it's doing until the end of the game week. So I was like blissfully unaware, feeling like, yay, I've got 26 points from my captain.
Also, you were a little bit irritable going into the flight as well because it was hot and we were tired and there was no water around and stuff.
And then I got on the flight and made a mad food order.
Yeah, and then you ordered 2 curries, mini fingers, a twirl.
I had to order because I was on the window seat. And halfway through the order, he was like, she hasn't eaten today.
I had to put a disclaimer in. Anyway, this is a very long-winded story. Sorry for losing people. But at the end, basically at the end of it, we land, we check the scores, we look at Darwin. I'm like, oh, we got a goal, but got booked and whatever. You check your team, and lo and behold, somehow, and I don't know how, but somehow, obviously Darwin was captained and not Haaland. And I have to say, of all the things that that have annoyed you a little bit, you took that so well.
Once you've hit rock bottom, you can't go any further. I was delirious in the airport. I was
You were.
Anything. There's the bit where you go through customs. It says anything to declare, and I was like, Captain Darwin.
Spent the night in prison.
Anyway, on the plus side, Darwin scored, and he got a bonus point. And then I was saying
can't
to Az,
believe that.
He gets the late bonus point. I've captained him. That's 2 points. That's basically 3 bonus. So, in my mind, who else is in the chat? Sorry about that story. But Jacob says FPL Raptor was threatening to captain his boy Darwin. Anyone know if he did in the end? No, Raptor's a sheep, unlike me. I'm not gonna go.
You're just playing your own game.
Yeah, it was all planned. We've got Charlie in the chat. Good evening, holiday makers. Good evening, Charlie. Matthew also 75. Steve's got 78 Palmer left. Tim 66. Wildcard has filled 11 doublers and 25 and 6 and 28. Whoa, that is good going.
How many points are you actually on this week?
66.
66.
Got away ludly from that Villa game.
You were so happy as well when Saliba scored and then Gabriel scored. You were
Yeah, because I was like, Saliba hasn't had any attacking returns. Whatever. I think I'm going to put this game behind me. Bench Saliba.
Game, or this game week.
Game.
Yeah.
This is my last stream, guys. Bench Saliba for Doty, hindsight. Well, I mean, you brought in Doty, didn't you? It was a very popular pick.
Bench Saliba for Doty, yeah. I mean, Sheffield United at home.
I thought that was such an easy win for Luton because they're amazing against every team at home, and then Sheffield United are the ones to batter them.
Do you know what? I would have done the same.
Yeah.
I thought
I was going to take out Bernardo for Barkley.
Yeah, I thought West Ham would get a goal in that, and I thought Luton would win it. So for him to get a goal as well, that is massively punished. I would have done the same thing though. If that don't know if that makes you feel any better, but I would have done
right
the same.
decision, wrong outcome. I'm going to get a little button that comes up saying that. 79 points, live rank 635. Still Palmer to go. SJ, would you like to take over my team? Delia's in the chat. Hello, lovelies. Good evening, Delia. Tony, you guys are back from paradise. We are. We did all the non-holiday things today, like servicing a boiler and...
We've not serviced a boiler today. I've booked a boiler service. That's very different.
Potato. Bobby said, I was there last week when I benched Palmer. Oh, the benchings this season feel like they are very hard.
Well, I think it is interesting because...
Was it Roberto who has a savage bench this week? Saliba, Gabriel?
Yeah, Gross, Saliba and Gabriel, but I did see that he's getting Gross off the bench.
Hey!
I'm not sure who didn't play, but I did see that.
What were you saying, sorry?
Well, I was just... I was
so excited!
I was just saying that squads are still stacked. I thought when Haaland came back, everyone's money would be caught back up in that, but people are still having to bench. I've seen Saka's benched. I've seen Palmer's benched this week. I've seen the Arsenal defenders benched. People are still having to make quite hard decisions, and it just shows that a lot of the players we're considering are still affordable.
Yeah. Well, also we're eyeing up Neto now, aren't we? After the doubles.
Yeah, I mean Neto looks great, or Huang if you.
I think this season a lot of the budget options have actually gone on to do great things.
They have, and I think with Trent's injury and the fact people had already sold him, the fact we're going to be losing, a lot of us going to be using Trippier for like Robertson or Van Dijk or someone like that. The money's coming out of defence again, and that gives us the money to. I mean, because look at your team. I mean, your team looks stacked, doesn't it? I mean, you've got, apart from Bernardo, you've got a difficult choice each week. I mean, what are you going to do with Bobby Whitby? It was Foden, not Palmer. He benched. Yeah, so many benchings of Foden last week.
Oh yeah,
that's what I kept trying to say to you at the bar. I was like, don't worry, Andy, let's talk. Benched him. Yeah, I don't care.
The one I felt really sorry for was Gianni.
Yeah, he loves Foden.
Yeah, because I was really surprised. That's like me. I was going to say me benching him again, but I did.
I messaged Gianni. Angry, and he was upset.
Angry. I just saw a comment. What was it? Philby, I don't have Saka. He keeps killing my rank. I want to bring him in, but I'd have to sell De Bruyne to get him. Such a difficult decision because I've had a few weeks in a row where I've wanted to get rid of Saka, and I think only now in the last 2 game weeks have I been 3 game weeks. Whoa, he's doing so well. We were criticising him because before 22, his last double-digit haul wasn't since game week 6.
I know.
So I can really get why people around this period of time, game weeks 16 to 19 especially, no wonder people got rid of him. But now it just seems like he's back on form. He scored 2 goals, and in his post-match interview, he said, it's a shame it wasn't a hat-trick, could have gotten more. I think he's in the right mentality now, and I would... but De Bruyne, the only thing that puts me off going for De Bruyne over Saka is that ownership, 59%. But I think De Bruyne has probably got a higher ceiling. What do you think? Although he was benched, you benched him.
I did bench him, yeah. I mean, you can't sell De Bruyne ahead of the double.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So I think after this week, then it's. I mean, it is a shame Saka's got Burnley because I'm looking at selling Saka this week, which is crazy.
For Jota?
Because I'm looking at my only way of getting... I've got nothing in the bank.
I've got nothing left.
I got nothing left. My only way of getting Jota is to sell Saka. And it's not a long-term move because I want Saka back straight away, but it's purely for the double. I mean, who scores more in a double game week, Jota or Saka? I'd argue with Burnley, it's probably going to be quite close.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I mean, I think the key would be to have Saka back for Sheffield United. That's the game.
Well, Jota would have the blank in 26, so then you just do Jota back to Saka. Actually, I don't even think I could do that because I haven't got anything in the bank. And obviously Saka's price has gone up from when I bought him. So I don't even think that's on for me. So there you go.
Oh,
live decision made on the stream.
Live sadness.
Live sadness, yeah.
I benched KDB this week. So did Az for Gusto. See how that goes. I mean, it's the right... I always argue KDB is minutes proof. Like, he's going to do damage, whether or not he's benched or not. But it's kind of how you want to...
I said the opposite, didn't I? Because we talked about this as well. I benched him for Garnacho. And I would do it every time. I would take 90 minutes of a player over 30. You know, I know obviously KDB's a much better player than Garnacho is, fantasy wise. But my argument was we didn't know what the score would be in that Man City game. If Man City are 3 or 4-0 up, De Bruyne comes on for 20 minutes and plays in like a quarterback role and just sprays the ball around. The fact is he came on when they needed a goal.
He did damage.
And he had plenty of time to do it, and got the assist. So he could have scored at the end as well, or even played in Haaland for the hat trick, which would have pissed us both off because you would have realised you would have not captained the hat trick player, and it would have been 2 assists for De Bruyne. So yeah, I know, but yeah, I stand by it. If you know a player's benched and you've got a decent option on the bench, you always go for the decent option, I think.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Also, can we just touch on the fact that everyone thought Gordon wasn't going to play?
Yeah, what is going on? What is going on with Eddie Howe?
That that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not okay to do.
Yeah, but I mean, what can you? There's nothing. You just can't believe anything he says about anyone.
Write a letter.
You should.
Charlie says took a hit to bring in Darwin and Ake on net 68 with Palmer's play, but bench Sleeper in favour of playing Porro.
Oh, Porro.
Yeah, that's tough, but they're good decisions. Again, everyone's making sensible. It's not like mad knee-jerk reactions, is it? Delia says, I know this is a stretch, but are you two coming to FPL meets next Saturday? I think it'll be legendary with the matches we will be watching. No. What am I doing next Saturday? I have something on.
Birthdays?
Birthdays, Christmases, who knows? Unfortunately, though, I don't think we will be. Are you planning to go?
No.
There's something going on next weekend, Delia, I'm afraid. So you won't be there, but I do need to go to a meet. I have not been to one. Actually, talking of the...
Oh, I will be in the area. I'm going to Belushi's, yeah.
Fest looks amazing.
Yep.
Keen.
Absolutely. We'll be there
Tickets,
again.
£15, early bird.
Absolutely.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. Hopefully. It'll be typical, though, if there isn't a Friday game. And they've got this venue with the football.
Oh, well, it's all just nice to all be together, isn't it? We have got Louis says, Yelena, I'm on 89 points. We're in from 44k to 14k. Should I have 5 or 6 doublers for next week? That's really impressive. I mean, talking of impressive ranks, your rank increased from last game week.
Well, since we last streamed when I was 1.5 million, I'm now in the lofty heights of 700k.
That's a ridiculous comeback. That is so good.
I know. Well, Watkins captain was the big one, and a certain Philly Foden.
Let's not talk. Bobby, Gordon is machine. That he is. He is Saka. He always plays even if he is injured. He is like Saka, sorry. I think Hal said Gordon is a recovery freak. I'm a big fan. I like Gordon. I'm glad I didn't take him out because I would have then had a bit of a benching headache going on. But then benching Bernardo wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
I hope he used the word freak.
Freak, yeah. If I'd only get one of Foden or Jota by selling Richarlison, firstly, should I do it? Secondly, who should I get? Thanks a lot. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think you do it because you're...
For the double, absolutely.
Well, I think if you're buying Foden, you're getting an extra 2 games over Richarlison. Because you're getting the double, then they've got the game in 26.
Yeah.
And Richarlison misses it. So, you know, who's going to score more? Richarlison in 1 game against Wolves or Foden over 3?
So I think it's an agreed to do a transfer, but what do you think, Foden or Jota? I prefer Jota because I prefer the fixtures.
I would get Foden off the back that you're getting 2 games rather than 1 extra game.
Yeah.
Because obviously Jota's got the blank in 26.
True. That's shut me up. That's now a chance.
No, I mean...
No, that's made me now rethink my transfers because I was quite keen on Jota, but now that doesn't make sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Jota is arguably the second best captain option, I'd say, after Haaland this week, and I really want him. But I think if I was prioritising one, I'd go for the one with the game in 26 because you could get an injury or something, and then you're having to make finals 4s and everything. And Foden's great, so
I think I'm gonna have to bring in Foden, which pains me. It's such a backwards move, but looking at my team, I think it's just Louis speaking my language. Gordon a season keeper for me. Me too.
You love him, don't you?
I do. He's my favourite. Delia says, what a comeback. It's true. In terms of my team for the game week, I mean, I can't bench Sleeper for Burnley. I mean, at the moment, I'd probably have to risk it on Trent. I'm stuck.
The rumours are, aren't they? It hasn't been confirmed, but the rumours are that Trent is out
for 2 months
for a while. Well, I don't know. That was quite an unverified thing, but
6 weeks.
From what I'm seeing, it looks
days.
like, and the fact that they've got the cup final as well straight after. I mean, there's no way Trent plays the double. No chance.
I mean, I'm not going to go for Walker because he was benched last week.
Yep.
And I'm nervous. Pinnock. So I have got Pinnock in my team. He is doubling, but it's probably the worst double. Liverpool, Man City. So I feel bad potentially benching a double game week player, but I'm also like,
especially when your defence is so good.
Yeah, exactly.
You could play Trippier, Estupiñán and Saliba, and that's a strong defence this week.
Well, this is the thing, especially for Sheffield United. For Estupiñán's been a bit iffy last couple of game weeks, but Delia says we pronounce. How would you say that?
Ooh.
Ooh. Delia, can you voice note me how it's pronounced? I went
Did you?
Yeah, so I mean, my transfer plan that I cannot be talked out of, that I'm 100% going to do is Solanke to Tony.
Yeah, you've always said that. That's fine.
Always, since before the double was even announced.
How much money have you got in the bank?
I don't know. I'm too scared to check because I don't know if I can afford it. This is where a lot of my issues happen.
Yeah, you've got enough for Tony.
Way!
I think. Hang on.
Is he 8 million?
Yeah, I think so.
As he's doing the clicking, I'm hands free, guys.
Oh god, oh my god, you're 0.1 off.
Oh, and you know what I did? Do you know what I did? I waited for Haaland and he rose. It's fine because I've got 2 free transfers.
Yeah, and you're going to be making another move anyway,
and
right?
I think I'm going to be downgrading Trent.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
I think I'm going to go for either Robertson or Van Dijk.
Yeah.
So we're both going to be going into this with no Jota. You're going to be going into this with no.
Okay, this is quite good that we're discussing this, guys, because I was going to take a -4 for Jota, but I've also just discussed potentially bringing in Foden.
Yeah. Who'd you bring in Foden for?
Bernardo, but that's a bit of a sideways move. Maybe I just risk it for Bernardo. You can see the cogs going. Say I take out Trent.
Yeah.
Let's look at the midfield. Who would I take out for Jota? I'm in your situation with Saka.
You probably take out Richarlison. Because he hasn't got the game in 26.
So then we go... Because if it's a -4 in a... what would you put me on? If it's a -4 in a double game week, that's not real points. I mean, what am I doing?
I mean, it's Diogo.
Yeah.
It's Diogo for some reason.
Go on.
Yeah. I mean, it's also -4s, -8s this week.
6.9 for a defender. Someone's splashing out today. Let's have a look at what's on offer. Any suggestions in the chat, guys? Because that is a lot more money than I expected. I can go mad.
I think you either risk a Man City defender and hope they play both.
I would be tempted by Ake.
Yep.
But Pep Roulette has got me in the past. And I think mentally I can only deal with Bernardo being benched.
Yeah.
You will never see me again.
Then you probably go for Van Dijk or Robertson, like I'm doing.
I think Van Dijk's calling my name, but for no real reason, so don't quote me on that. Virgil.
Yeah.
And then 0.5 remaining, and it cost me 4 points. But then in that case, I'll bench Pinnock. Ooh.
Yeah.
The confidence. The absolute confidence.
Well, Estupiñán is the obvious one, but obviously it's Sheffield United. So, yeah, see, Van Dijk or Robertson, that's what people are saying.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Okay, so maybe I'd have to bench Saliba, Pinnock, and then go full force with the 5. Oh no, I have to bench someone in my midfield as well.
I mean, is the other option, say you don't go for Bernardo. How much is Foden? So you could get Foden and Jota with a -4 if you ignore Tony.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Tony is coming in.
Then Bernardo you're stuck with.
No, that's how my they're my current team dilemmas. Let's see what the chat's saying. Come on, Palmer tomorrow. Yes, Tony. Hopefully we get a nice haul from him. Delia says, Tony, that's a good move. Oh,
Don't, and then he spat out the Pepsi.
I was just looking for people to agree with me.
That's very funny.
Oh, Delia actually said, I would love to do a knee-jerk move to sell Watkins for Tony, but I'm afraid Watkins will punish me if I sell him. I sold him this game week and it was fine.
Yeah, he had chances today.
Yeah.
He's a funny player because he's not... Whoa.
Jacob, thank you. We discussed this watching the game. Trent to Bradley.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
that was exciting.
my heart. I'm overwhelmed. We were just a bit concerned that he won't play both.
Yeah, he's missed the last 2, isn't he? Because his dad died, I think.
Oh, everyone's saying Bradley. Go on, chat. Thank goodness for you.
But obviously he was great before. He got like 21 points or
mad.
something. Does he play both? Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, for example, with my team, I could just do Kabore to Bradley. Because if Trent is going to be out for a few months, getting the right back of Liverpool for 4 million is a great long-term move. Yeah. I think Van Dijk's a safe one. Mm-hmm. Robertson, I think, is the more exciting one because he's got corners as well. He created 7 chances, I think, in the game against Burnley as well. But if you need the money, then Bradley might be a punt. It's just, does he play both?
I have still got 0.5 in the bank, though, with those transfers that I spoke about.
One thing I will say about Bradley is he played I think it was like 3 games in a week when Trent was out, because he played in the cup and then the 2 league games. So clearly Klopp's happy to play him in successive games, which you would think. Yeah, I mean FPL MK says that Gomez can play right back as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think Bradley is a more natural right back, and he was only playing because Gomez was playing at left back because Robertson was out as well.
Yeah.
So maybe with Robertson, but then we could see Robertson miss a game because he's been out for a while. Maybe Gomez plays at what, I don't know. It's all a bit of a logic. That's why I think Van Dijk is just the safe one.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
I think at least we've got some time now between now and the next deadline where I'll inevitably mess something up. Delia made a good point. You should keep some money in the bank if you want to get Son or Salah at one point. I know, but at this point, Delia, I've just given up.
And that's why people come to this stream.
It's hit season, baby. I was doing so well. Louis says, thinking wildcard 28. I think I'm going to try and hold out till about 30. Is that the consensus? General consensus?
General consensus. I think the general consensus is to hold out till 30 because that gets the 29 blank out of the way. It's just whether you can get through the 29 blank with a team of players if you just don't care about it and you just say, well, I'll just sack this game week off because there's barely any fixtures anyway. Yeah. Or if you free hit.
I'm attacking.
You're going to free hit?
No, I might just take a bunch of hits.
Okay.
Oh, Vincent, lovely couple. You two have been the best FPL couple. Thanks for all the content. You are welcome. I'm going to take that, Sam and Lee.
That's a good point, though. You could go into 29 and just take a -8, -12, and then just wildcard the lot out.
Yeah. I mean, FPL copycat. Not to copy you, but this is good. Not a great time to buy Liverpool because of 26 and 29 blanks. Yeah, and to be honest, maybe long term, if I only have Darwin to have to focus on blanking, it'll do me the world of good to not go for.
I agree and I don't agree. I mean, it's a shame that Haaland's got the double as well, because otherwise the Liverpool players would be real strong captain contenders this week. But you want at least 2 Liverpool players.
Well, do you want to know another
at least,
point?
if not 3. Look at the double. Brentford Luton, that's a great double.
And I have benching headaches. Having some players out of the mix could help me.
How many players have you got missing for 26? You've got, obviously, Richarlison, Darwin, Trent. Only 3.
Who does Pinnock play in 26?
West Ham, that's not bad.
Oh, after today, sign me up. And Tony up front, love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring in 2 more Liverpool, then you've got 5 out in 26. So then you're going to be taking a hit to field 11. But you don't seem to care, so don't worry.
No, but now maybe I won't go for Jota and I'll go for a Liverpool defender and then Bernardo to Foden. Or Richarlison to Foden. Potentially.
Yeah. Actually, we're doing Trent to Van Dijk anyway. You'd have 4 non-players. So yeah, I think you're fine. I think you're fine to do that. Because I think someone asked how many doublers should they have. I think the majority of us are going to have 6. 5 or 6, I'd say, is about the right number.
I think also sometimes you might have a doubler, but the quality's a bit I've got Pinnock, but I'll probably bench him because am I really going to play defender for 2 of the hardest fixtures? I
think the probably the most that unless I think you've wildcarded like last week, and then you're probably going for 9 with Barkley, Adebayo, and Doty, 3 Liverpool, 3 City. I think most of us are going to have 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'd say 6 is probably the right number.
Delia's quotes me saying, "At this point, I just gave up. Mood. I completely feel you on that, especially after captaining Adebayo." You know what though, Delia? I really rated that move because again, it was a really good decision. It was a fun pick. It was different. But on the point of giving up, don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying it and subscribe to the channel. We'll see if we get to the final game week. Best Poro placement this week. Doughty, I can never say this. Gvardiol. Regulon?
It's just Vardy. I think the G's silent.
I still like... do I like Doughty? I mean, you've gone for Doughty. Doty. I'm not going to...
Yeah, but you got him because you wanted to target that Sheffield United game as well. It's not the best double for them. Who's it? Liverpool and... Who's your other one? Man United. I mean, that's not bad. Vardy probably won't play both. Regulon's got the worst double ever. I think you go for Doe. I don't know. That's tough.
I think Doty. I think that's what your gut says.
I think Vardiol's too risky.
Yeah.
Doty will at least definitely play both. But then Regulon's got the extra game. Doty. I'd stick with Doty.
As making a How I Met Your Mother reference joke, general consensus just went under the radar. So funny. You know what? I wonder sometimes in our relationship how many jokes I just don't appreciate.
You to be fair though, you do appreciate some of them.
I've started having to give Az feedback because he'll, you know, when someone just makes a comment and you're like, Az needs like eye contact and like a haha. And an example is we're in the sea and he went, do you want me to do a forward roll? And I was like, okay. And he was like, oh, you could be a bit more enthusiastic. So I was like, wow, do a forward roll. They did 3.
4?
4.
I can't remember how many I did.
It was amazing. Salah
what a story that is, by the way.
Well, now when you see Az's tweets, be like, "Woo, you go, girl! Yes, congratulations!"
I do appreciate
a bit of attention.
A bit of attention.
Says the man that ended up with all the African dances.
What a night!
Salah's still out for how long? Anyone knows? We don't have an update, do we? He's back. He was back on grass over a week ago, running about. But
I mean, he's not an issue for the double. They got the League Cup final after, so best case scenario, he plays 30 minutes in the second game. He's not going to be ready. He's not going to be ready for next week.
No, I think that is one. It's similar to how we were with Haaland. We've waited. He's been back for 3 game weeks. We didn't get him until the 3rd because you need to make sure the fitness is there. Because he could easily. I mean, look at Trent. He was away, comes back, now he's off. Gareth, gonna tell my kids that story. Thank you. One for the ages. Tim's made a very good point. I brought in 3 Luton based entirely on their last 2 4-goal fests with Sheffield at home, Sheffield United at home this week. They lost and only 8 points between all 3 players. Doublers from lower teams a risk. This is the thing. Some things can seem really good on paper, but it's tough. I must say though, for Luton, I think they're really good. I think they're quite underrated now, and especially for home fixtures. So I think there was a lot of. I was going to say unluckiness. Unluckiness? What's the word?
What are you
they were
talking
just
about?
Unlucky. Luton players.
Unlucky.
They're good.
Unluckiness.
They were just there was a lot.
Were they unlucky? They were awful.
Yeah, I know, but I think normally they're good.
Right. You think it was an anomaly rather than a
home.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I thought the
Bobby, I just googled do a barrel roll hilarious screen spins.
Is it actually?
Can I go on Google? Is your history going to be dodgy?
What a question. No, God.
If you type quickly,
I don't even know how to answer that. Was my first search then balaclavas?
Oh, do a barrel roll.
The screen hasn't spun. Oh, it did! Wow.
Oh, on that topic, missing black box, guys. Hopefully back soon. Show Mark the barrel rolls.
Yeah, he'll like that.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
We are back soon, I can confirm.
Woo! You're going to say when?
We are planning on Thursday.
Heard it here first. The black box exclusive.
Is this a tipsy video? You guys like it? That's a good one.
Is this a tipsy video? No tipsy video today. We've had 7 days. Oh! Thank you for the £1. That's very kind. Thank you very much. We had 7 days of drinking these kind of like slush puppy alcoholic things, and I don't think we even really got drunk, to be honest. It was just quite nice, but now it's quite nice to be home and drink.
Well, we were drunk on that Thursday when they poured us those tequilas, and they were like half a pint of tequila in each glass. That was fun.
That was excessive. Can you imagine if we'd have done a live stream with my mood on Monday?
Oh my God.
Someone in the chat would have been like, "Why didn't you bring in photo about blocked?"
Because you get called like, would you get called like Miss Giggles or something?
Giggles FC.
Giggles
FPL
FC.
Giggles.
She was not Giggles FC on Monday. I can confirm.
Honestly, it's horrible. I never want to feel like that. I'm only going template from now on. I'm now attempting to sell Trent for Bradley so I can afford to bring in Saka. Oh, that's interesting. What's your the rest of your team like? Because I think that will help. You can give us your team ID if it's easier. I don't hate that though.
Interesting with Saka, isn't it?
I think it just depends on the rest of the team. But I think with Saka, he's going to be a long-term hold.
Do you move for Saka this week, given that, you know, you probably... would you move for Saka over Foden or Jota?
No, not
for example. Week. I just think... No.
I think you can hold off.
I think you have to. I think you have to hold off for one more week, and then you get Saka next week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Saka could go off against Burnley. They've scored 6 goals today. They were absolutely brilliant. But West Ham were
Awful.
I mean,
that's the thing. It's all relative, isn't it?
there is awful, and then there is what West Ham were today.
I mean, the fact that half their fans left the stadium.
They were just.
I mean, Fella's not in the.
Oh God.
Fella's not in the chat, but hats off to Fella because I think he stayed for the full game, and like good on him. But that must have been such. There was a guy on my Facebook that went to my old school, and he took his like 5-year-old son to his first ever West Ham game.
Do you reckon they stayed?
I don't know, but there was a photo on Facebook and they were like, after our first game, like Billy's first match. And I was like, oh, what a match to start with.
It was bad. They just had they didn't have any energy. The tactics were all off. They had no outball. They were making stupid mistakes. It was as bad as... I mean, I've seen Brighton put in performances like that.
Yeah.
So I can relate, but that was a particularly bad one.
Yelena's on that note killing us today. I'm going to introduce my channel membership soon, which is going to be more like behind the scenes stuff and like some bits on my private Instagram story, but I think it's going to just be me like documenting my like weekly meltdowns with FPL where I just lose the will to live. Yesterday when we got off the plane and I realised that I hadn't captained Haaland.
Yeah, no. Well, you could. To be fair, because we got off the plane at 11 and I had to drive us back. And I think if you'd been in another Foden type mood, I'd have struggled on that drive. But you went the complete opposite way.
Yeah,
you were just like absolute delirium. It was really exciting.
Should I do Trent to Walker, Ake, Gabriel this week, or simply roll a free transfer to next week? Only 9 active player for blank game week 26. City don't blank, do they? 26.
I mean, you do Trent out obviously, and then you.
I like Ake.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do we know anyone with any information on Walker?
I don't think you go Walker. I guess we go one of the City defenders. Maybe Ake's the best one.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, Linus. Hello. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Hey guys, quick question. I'm on wildcard this week. What is the best goalkeeper duo to buy? P.S. I have no free hit chip. Goalkeeper duo, that's a very good question. I pay zero attention to my keepers. Ariana and Dubravka, I'm just kind of, they're there. I don't really focus on changing them. You've got Martinez and...
Well, Turner, but he's now...
Oh, he's now gone.
Obviously out, yeah. I mean, you need a goalkeeper who's obviously going to play in 26 and 29 as well. So if you're going to go for the Luton goalkeeper, for example, you need to make sure you've got another one in place.
How's Pickford getting on these days? I've got him in my... Oh, good. I was going to say...
He had a good run for a bit.
Yeah.
I think the keeper's quite a hard position. I'd probably go for Flecken because he's got the double and then West Ham in 26.
Have you lost faith in Martinez?
I'd probably go for Flecken and Dubravka, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's one to think about when I'm on my wild card, actually. I'm still quite happy with Areola, even though... I don't know. I think you don't... I gloss over goalkeepers until they get me a good result. And then I'm like, oh, actually, it's probably worth having someone that's good defensively.
Going into this game, over the last 6, no team had conceded fewer goals than West Ham. There you go. And then they concede 6.
God, that black box brain. Phil B, my team ID. Here we go. Da, 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 da. We also do need to talk about the triple captain situation because I put that in the thumbnail and I wanted to discuss it and I completely forgot until I saw a comment. 347084.
What are we doing with this?
This was tempted to sell Trent for Bradley so I can afford to bring in Saka, and we said, what's the rest of the team like? Oh, Gibbs White! Yes, I love this team.
Well, he'd be getting sold, I assume. It would be Trent to Bradley and then Gibbs White to Saka. But then
which makes sense.
I guess you bench Abonai. Yeah, I'd quite like that, to be fair.
Yeah, I really like it. Also, that team looks so well set up. Foden, De Bruyne, Haaland, Doty.
I think you do need Klopp to come out and say though that Bradley's ready to start because he's missed 2 now.
I would I think this week it's good this game week, but I am going to wait as late as possible to do my transfers because I think so much can change. I love this team though.
Double Forest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would go for it. What are Forest's upcoming fixtures? I mean, there's no way Saka's going to score less than Gibbs White. Yeah, that run's quite tough anyway. And Gibbs White hasn't really been performing too well.
No.
Got the assist this week.
I mean, how many attacking results has he actually got so far this season? Go down to the bottom. He's got, keep going, 2 goals, 6 assists. And last season he had 5 goals, 12 assists. Yeah.
It's a lot less than expected. The way he ended the season, I was expecting a lot more from him this year.
Hey, attack and returns. I mean, it isn't awful, but it's not great.
FPL Copycat says that Bradley is still flagged. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see for the news on that. Let's not act like we're not just all going to triple captain Haaland this week. Yeah.
Well, the only reason you might not triple captain is if you accidentally leave on Darwin.
Oh, I've already actually put the captaincy on Haaland because I was scared.
You're triple captaining, aren't you? Surely.
Yeah, you know what though? If I was more of a maverick and if my team was in a better place, I would be very tempted captaining a Liverpool player because I prefer Brentford and Luton as fixtures. Also Chelsea at home. Oh god.
I just think it's 2 home games for City. Haaland's back.
This also is one of the reasons why I think maybe Bonano to Foden because Foden's home record is so much better.
Yeah. Also, I keep saying it, but Liverpool with that cup game, I just worry in that second game against Luton at home, you might see an early rest for Jota. One of Jota or Darwin might not even play.
Yeah.
A rest for someone. Maybe Salah comes back, and I don't know. There's a bit too many unknowns. I just think Haaland is such an easy captaincy choice.
Cue him getting injured after Chelsea.
Well, I mean, it could happen, but you can only really play what is sensible. I think it's got to be Haaland triple captain. There's not going to be a better opportunity, I don't think.
If anyone in the chat isn't going for triple captain Haaland, let us know what your plan is because there may be some mavericks out
actually going for it, not just saying they're going to go for it and then not doing it. That doesn't count.
I saw where had Niall gone? Cheeky Hoyland punt in 26. That's fun. You honestly, Niall always has the kind of most like rogue decisions and captaincy choices.
He's finally hitting form, isn't he, Hoyland? He was good again today.
Yeah.
Who have they Man? Oh, they've got Luton, haven't they? Luton away.
Nice. Is Giggles FC going to be your team name next season? No, because I'll probably be crying by then.
Crying FC.
Oh, go on, Tom. Would you rather wrestle a shark or triple captain Scott Carson?
Scott Carson. Wasn't there that game when Scott Carson played randomly for Man City? I think they'd already won the league. And I think he got double digits. I might have completely made that up.
This rings a bell.
Yeah. I couldn't fight a shark.
No, you know what? When we were in the sea the other day, I was thinking about how I'd attack a shark, and then it took me into how to attack an alligator. And then when I went back into the sunbed, I looked just in case I ever got attacked by an alligator, and I went to like try and get on their head and then like stab them in the
I would
snout.
love to see you do that, to be fair. No, I'll triple captain Scott Carson. He's got a double-digit holding.
I did my work. Edison rotation with Areola, you can't beat. Well, we've had it straight from Louis.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that, to be fair, because if you're looking at getting on the Man City defence, then he is obviously the safest. It's just they don't keep that many clean sheets, do they?
No, it's true.
But yeah, I think Edison's a good move.
Midnight Mule, hello. I hope you're well. Haven't spoken to you for absolute ages, but I'm intending to not use my triple captain this game week, but I don't have a solid plan of when I will. This is like when people tweet me and they're like, "What's your chip strategy?" And I'm like, "I don't have one." I think that's fair enough. Also, imagine if you don't use your triple captain this week, Haaland kind of blanks, and then that's that. Would you bench boost Porro, Areola, Palmer, Doughty, or triple captain Haaland? I'd go for the triple captain personally.
Bench boost of Porro, Areola, Palmer, Doughty.
There's not really anything that interesting because I mean, Palmer's got City, Spurs have got Wolves.
Yeah, I mean that is a good bench, but I think the triple captain is better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of triple captain KDB instead of Haaland. That's bold. The only thing that I'm not a massive fan of with that is I think Haaland's the one. He has a lot more like
roots to points.
Yeah, and I think also with De Bruyne, I'm still the fact that he was benched this game week makes him more of a minutes risk for me rather than Haaland, who I think is just going to get constant starts. Nick, double game weeks are fun, but overrated. Better off with single game week players. I mean, this could be the case because we've got Saka, Burnley away. He might end up hauling more.
Yeah, we don't normally see as well a double game week going into a blank like this for the double game week players. So Luton and Liverpool. I think a lot of people are going to get caught out because people might have already used their free hit chips, might have,
accidentally bench boosted.
If you're going into it with 3 Liverpool, 3 Luton, and then say you've got Porro and Richarlison,
yeah,
what are you going to do? You're even gonna have to take -12 to fill the
I
team.
think one of the things I'm trying to teach myself this season is not all about the upcoming game week. Like you have to have a long-term plan, and we've had it where things have gone wrong in our teams, but then 3 weeks later, actually that worked. Like I was gutted I didn't bring in Walker, and then he's been benched twice.
Yeah.
And then I got the Saliba goal today, and it's all. I think I've balanced out now. But at the time, I was absolutely kicking myself.
It's tricky because, I mean, if Jota gets a hat-trick against Brentford and let's say he gets 4 goals, I mean, obviously that's going to be an extreme swing. But then he hasn't got any game at all in the next week. So you've got whoever, if you didn't go for him, you've got whoever that player is or that transfer to come in. So you either knock 4 points off it or, you kind of just don't count it.
Yeah.
So you've got to take that into mind. I don't know. I just think we play this game at the end of the day to try and hit big scores and big hauls.
Yeah.
And that's what you get in double game weeks. You get that opportunity. So, yeah, I don't know. I've hit big hauls on double game weeks with players like Havertz in the past, Reece James when he scored 2 goals, and then I think he missed out the next one. But come on, you got to attack a double game week a little bit.
I saw, where's Niall gone? Probably going to bench boost this week in triple captain Slanky. The triple captain Slanky, I'm going to bring him back for 28, but that is Sheffield United and Luton at home.
I know.
Oh, that is heavenly.
I know.
I love that. I'm boring now though.
And they've got a game in 29 as well. So,
Tony, what pizza toppings do you go for? Let us know. Would you ever do a joint team? No.
Oh God, please no. Please no.
Less said about that, the better. Louis has given us his team ID. Let's have a look. We'll have to head off in 8 minutes.
It's warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah. If anyone wants us to go through a team, let us know. We are leaving at 19:45. Actually, no, 50, because then that's an hour.
I'm going to turn the heat down a bit. I'm boiling.
Roasting. Where is the ID? 3807923. We just have Poro Fidoto, a roll and start Gabriel. Help. Oh my goodness, 89 points. Whoa. Overall rank 14,000. Is this you? Yes, Louis. God, what a game week. Edison and goal, 7 points. Haven't seen scores like that in years.
That's a lovely team, isn't it?
Poro Fidoto.
Gross as well. I'm so happy for Gross owners. Because there was that period when we were all looking at midfielders and everyone was looking at, I think it was Bowen, Gross, Richarlison, Jota. I think Gross took a little while and people lost the faith. But if you didn't lose the faith and you kept it in the last 2 games, it's been really good.
Penalty. Woo.
Absolutely.
I'd do the transfer.
I'm out of breath.
You're right.
No.
We saw that sport you've done this week. I think I would do Poro Fidoto.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about benching Gabriel, Burnley away, but I mean, then you've got 3 triplers, haven't you? And then who?
Doublers.
Got a triple defence, doubling.
You're so well set up for this game.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it? When people say their teams, I'm like, this isn't what I'm doing well.
Martinelli's the one that kind of stands out as the kind of the odd one out there, because I think everyone else is a really good pick. He 6 goals.
What a disappointment today.
I know, you must be gutted.
But
6
then
goals is
still,
nothing.
14 against Palace, 10 against Liverpool.
Yeah, I think. But the trouble is, there's no Man City midfielder there. Go down a bit. See if there's any money in the bank. You go. No, 0.2 in the bank.
How much is Martinelli now?
He's like 7. So can't afford Foden. I mean, you could do Poro.
Bernardo.
Here you go. Poro to Doty and then Martinelli to Foden.
Yeah, that's fun.
But then that means benching Gabriel.
Yeah, but then you've got the double.
I just think Martinelli's a sell. When you've got Foden there.
And you've already got Saka.
Yeah.
Saka's the main man.
Yeah. Good team, though.
Luca says his team ID. 2906082. Yeah, Martinelli to Foden. 78 points.
Big
Blimey,
score.
and Palmer to
look
go.
at the bench. Oh no, Douglas Luiz on the bench.
I would have benched him though, to be fair.
Same.
What is the question? Would you sell Trent and Palmer to Gomez, Canate and Kate? Oh. But you've already got Foden.
I'm not a fan of Gomez or Canate. I just like, does Gomez play both? I mean, he can play left, right.
I like Gomez. Is that
do you?
bad?
He's had the flu, bless him.
Oh yeah. Oh god, this was a mad transfer week because the flu was going around Liverpool, wasn't it? Let's have a look at his minutes. So let's put Burnley down to flu.
Yeah.
84, 68, 90, 90, 90.
Yeah, but he's been playing because Robertson's been out.
Is Robertson back now?
Yeah.
Oh fudge. Yeah, don't go Gomez.
But does he play at right back now Trent's out? And does he give Robertson a bet? I just think you're gonna like you got to think a little bit further forward. You're gonna be stuck with Gomez, and then that blocks you from another Liverpool slot. Like, what if Salah comes back? What if you want Robertson? What if you want Van Dijk? I just wouldn't go for him. I just don't like it. And same with Konate, as well. I mean, this team hasn't got Doherty, for example. I do Trent to Doherty, and then Palmer to KDB. I'd go through that route.
Yeah. Team Doty. Maybe we should just leave that. Should I put a little bit of text?
Yeah.
Yes, get Doty.
Yeah, we like Doherty.
I mean, I don't have him. 6528. I love these low gate. What's the word? Team IDs. Well done.
652. Did I tell you about my greatest achievement in life?
Oh, another story for the books. Go on.
When I got a team ID of 69.
That is like the nerdiest thing.
But how...
And then you tell your friends, I'm like, guess what mine is? 69.
Yeah, I did.
Legend. I didn't know what Team ID was until like second half of last season.
60. I mean, firstly, that's a great ID just in terms of low number. Secondly,
also, first one you've had at the age of 28. Tempted by Darwin, but my blood pressure can't handle it. Don't do it.
Oh, God.
No, I think, you know what? I'm going to be penalised for saying this, but I think Darwin's finding his stride.
I wouldn't want to be without Darwin for the double. I think he's the kind of player who could get 30 points.
I think he's also a really fun punt, to be honest. Yeah, go for it.
Watkins to Darwin.
Do you think Alvarez and Haaland... Do you think Alvarez is safe now for minutes? Do you think with Haaland back? Because that was my fear. When Haaland was announced fit, I thought Alvarez was going to lose his minutes, but then played the full 90 against
You can't
Brentford.
sell him, though. It's a bit like Bernardo, isn't it? Even, you just hope that he plays. And,
yeah, go for the front three, double game week. Let us know how you get on next week. My current plan is to take my third -4 to do Trent, Ake or Virgil.
See, that seems to be... That's exactly what... You like Ake, I like Van Dijk. That's exactly what we've been saying. I prefer Van Dijk just for security.
Oh, FPL Raptor.
There he
I
is.
was slagging you off at the start. Someone said, did you captain Darwin? I said, no, bottled it, unlike me.
Sheep, yeah.
I messaged Ross and I was like, oh my God. I didn't captain Haaland by accident or something. And he just didn't reply. And then he messaged me today saying, oh my God, such a casual. And then I got like really annoyed about it. I was like, why am I casual? And then I saw my message and I was like, oh yeah, that fair, I am.
Fair.
Hope you're well, Ross. Delia, with that story, we're amazed as has a girlfriend. One day I'll do a stream about all the stories as his dad has told me.
Oh my God.
How he's so
my
surprised.
dad's amazed that I've got a girlfriend. He tried to set me up with a girl from the co-op.
It's a true story.
Christmas 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, proper setup. Louis says I can't do Martinelli to Foden. I have Edison, Walker, Haaland. Already tripled up with the old City assets.
Maybe just keep Martinelli then.
Yeah, I think keep.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of the ones similar to what you were saying about people with Gross losing patience.
6 goals though, enough for Martinelli. You'd be...
Yeah, but don't you
upset.
remember Haaland had that this season?
Well, I done with Pedro. Remember we scored 4 or 5 in a game, and I had him and he didn't get anything. That was annoying.
Eddie says, hi there, what's to do with Trent? Got 0.1 in the bank, but I have Walker, Haaland, Foden, Darwin for double. I went to get Palmer, Darwin put in 26. Let's look at the team.
Silence as we missed Gabriel on the bench. I don't know.
There's a lot of that this week.
It's a problem with leaks, isn't it? Because I'm guessing Eddie didn't see the Walker benched leak, and a lot of people did see it and then played Gabriel or Saliba because of it and benefited. So, yeah, annoying. Yeah, Trent out for Van Dijk. Is that just not the easy move here?
Yeah, it's a nice little sideways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Already got the City defender.
Trent to Van Dijk, maybe Palmer to Jota. That's probably what I'd do.
Oh, Josh is scaring me now.
I know, same.
I saw a lovely comment from Linus. Watkins to Tony for free. Yes, my friend. I'm so supportive of that. Let's talk.
I like that comment from Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore that one. Hi, but I think I'm going to get stuffed by Palmer on the bench tomorrow. Any thoughts on my team? I mean, I don't have massive hopes for Palmer tomorrow. I won't lie. But I don't really have much.
Don't you?
Do you remember when you were drumming last time you got told off?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
138390.
I have massively high hopes for Palmer tomorrow.
Everyone seems to, but I mean, I've been surprised by the Palmer benchings because the fact he always seems to nab a penalty is one of the biggest fears that I have with him.
Oh, look at that with Ake. Lovely
Oh,
shout.
that is nice. That makes me want to.
Got a bit lucky with the assist though. Did you see it? It kind of ricocheted a little bit.
An assist is an assist. We're going to take it.
Well, unless FPL take it away.
Any thoughts on my team for the upcoming game week? So, front, I like Haaland, like Darwin.
Whose team is this? Let's talk vinyl.
Yes. Oh, got Son back already. Nice one. Oh, centre side.
Ooh, centre side. Okay.
And Jota already.
Jota, Foden, Haaland in place. And
I mean,
Darwin.
I think this is biased and you'll disagree, but I think Watkins to Tony. I love it.
I don't hate that, to be fair.
I rate it.
I don't think you lose any of those defenders. The defence looks fine. Midfield looks strong. Yeah, I think Watkins to Tony. I'm gonna agree with you. I like that move.
Jacob says, as is a good-looking chap, every relationship needs an eye candy. That is true, Jacob.
Said
that is
no
true.
one. Said no one when they see us together.
Let me you take over the chat for a sec because I have got some eye candy photos.
That doesn't sound good at all. Dan the man. Hi guys. If anyone wants to feel better, just 39 points for me.
Oh.
But has Palmer captain left? I guess no Haaland.
You know what though? If Palmer does go wild, as you're expecting, Palace's defence is shocking.
I think Palmer could.
That's a great captain choice.
I'm hoping Palmer gets double digits tomorrow, and I think he will. So that'll put you on 59. Not a great week still, but respectable. So yeah, here's hoping that Palmer. What picture's that? Oh yeah.
Look at that eye candy. Imagine being on a sunbed and looking up to that.
Ladies.
Oh.
Also, those goggles did not work. The amount of water that got in, it was completely unacceptable. But yes, thank you, Jacob. It's nice to.
Let's Talk Vinyl says, like it, thanks.
Nice
Let us know if you do end up doing it.
Good.
Dan the man,
Saka to Bernardo. Oh, you can relate to that. That's nasty. Bill, copycat material green has high hopes on Palmer tomorrow.
Woo!
Yeah, you want a green arrow this week?
I don't want to check.
Let's
check anyway.
I think you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you want a green?
And
you got Palmer left?
Yay!
Hey.
Oh, that's fab news.
Yeah, I think if you had Haaland, if you had Saka, and if you had Saliba, then you were probably right. But yeah, considering you got the captaincy on the wrong player, then that's pretty decent.
Getty FPL. Saka, Saliba, Gabriel took me to 26k. 80 points.
Nice.
Nice one.
Nice.
Should we do
these? Let's do these three.
Let's do these four and then we'll go.
Okay, cool. So we do FPL. We do FPL MK down to Dan the man. FPL MK first. I've kind of taken over this now.
Charlie says I still have Gomez and Trent. Don't know what move to make.
So this is FPL MK. Everyone's teams are very similar, aren't they?
Watkins Tony.
So no Jota. Any money in the bank? 3.1. Oh, Richarlison to Jota for me.
Is it just one free transfer?
Yeah, it looks like it.
2 free transfers.
2 free transfers.
Yeah, do a transfer for each of us. So Watkins to Tony and Richarlison to Jota.
Perfect. Yep. Official Billows. Let's take this.
Curtis said, I'm very glad I stuck with Gross these past 2 game weeks.
Yeah.
That is good. Patience is key, people.
Lucky the Pedro's out, or we would have taken the penalty, but yeah, absolutely. 86 points. Wow, great week for official Billos. Gabriel and Saliba.
Go up a tiny bit, sorry.
As well. Gross on the bench.
Overranked 12,000.
Whoa, absolutely fine.
Why are you watching this?
Yeah, you need to get this right. 3.9 in the bank. Already got Josh, already got Darwin, Foden, Hart. I mean,
Watkins Tony.
They're just the 4 main ones, aren't they? I think
Although you could do something with defence.
Yeah, I think maybe you get a Liverpool Porro to Van Dijk. Porro to Van Dijk.
Yeah, I'm quite a fan of Ake now, I don't know.
Well, depending on who you trust, Ake if you're Team Yells, Van Dijk if your team has.
I did also recommend Bernardo, so.
Yeah, but you also recommended McGinn, so you're kind of
Yay!
forever immortalised.
I don't know. It's McGinn's like scuttles, and it's like he gets the ball and he just scuttles off.
You didn't see him scuttle on his bum earlier.
No,
I called up to you. You were doing your hair, but
if anyone's seen the new Little Mermaid remake, there's a song called remake. There's a song called Scuttlebutt, and it reminds me of
was
McGinn.
that not in the original?
I can't believe you haven't seen the original. No, it's
No.
not.
I haven't seen the Jungle Book either. Two Disney films I've just never seen. Don't know how.
Good, you're old.
I know. Age gap relationship. What we're looking at here: Sumac, Dutta. Again, very similar team. We've got Jota, we've got Darwin, we've got Haaland, we've got Foden. They're the four mains. Got Trent. I guess you get rid of Trent.
How much in the bank?
They're all the same answer, aren't they? 0.1 in the bank. You do Trent to Van Dijk or Ake. It's not very interesting, but. And then you play Saliba. You got Doherty in place.
God, you sound jolly.
Well, it's boring, isn't it? But everyone's.
God.
Well, Liam, what would you do?
Yeah, what you just said. And what we said 3 times ago.
That's what I mean. It's just a bit dull. Then the final one from Dan the Man, who unfortunately has had a rubbish week this week. 39 points. Oh dear. Has Bernardo, like you said.
Yay!
Oh, bench
man of class.
No Saka, has Bernardo, bench Gabriel and didn't captain Haaland. That is.
The thing is, if you looked at this team though, great. It's just really unfortunate.
1.2 in the bank. Got Van Dijk. We can't even use that one. He's already got Van Dijk. Richarlison to Jota. Can you afford that? Maybe not.
Watkins to Tony.
Yeah. Richarlison, Jota if you can afford it. If not, Watkins to Tony. There you go.
And I've convinced Delia. Should I get a button?
Tony for Watkins. Woo!
Do you remember the slippers button you used to have with Mark?
Yeah,
Like
that was
and
fun.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Well, I want to get that back, but I can't work out how to do it. So.
Linus says, is Alisson injured or got the sniffles? It's sniffles, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he had the flu. That's
Dan the Man, thank you so much for the £5, and I hope you have a
You're
lovely
raking
evening
it
as
in this
well.
stream.
I know. What's happening? Is it because I took a week off and everyone? It's probably the pain of being doing
Yeah,
FPL. Everyone's
I
like,
think
oh
it
god,
is.
buy yourself a coffee.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much everyone for joining. I have missed this. It's only been a week, but it's a nice way. I don't know whether we should start doing like.
Thanks for covering my
change it
team.
up. Oh, let's go on. have your time. Where will I find you? Leagues and cups. Da, da, da. There he is. Oh, he's catching up.
I am catching up. 30 points now.
Do you want to talk about last game week? Because that was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, my last game was very, very good. Watkins captain. Pedro got the goal. Foden. But the biggest is, look, it could have been even better. Game week rank of 50k. But look, Garnacho on the bench. 16.
What was that taking you to?
I think I looked at it. It would have taken me to like 400k or something. Ridiculous. Yeah, overall rank now 688, which is compared to where I was a few weeks ago.
It's mad.
Absolutely
You're bringing
amazing.
back your team selections on a Thursday,
Yeah,
aren't
team
you?
selection's coming back, so I'm now back in the top million.
You can now give some like nice advice.
I was disappointed today though, because I benched De Bruyne for Garnacho. He had a couple of good chances. I had Martinez in goal, and I had Watkins as well, who a lot of people have sold. And 5 points from 3 players is always a bit disappointing.
Before the Villa game, Az was like, do you want me to watch that game on my laptop? Because
Yeah,
Watkins. And I was like, no, why? And he was like, well, because sometimes you don't like watching the games. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. And then throughout the entire, did you hear me after half time? I was like, what's the score? And you were like, oh, it's still 1-1. Watkins missed a sitter. And I was like, oh, there's still hope. He still might get something. So I was like,
I know.
if Watkins had scored, there'll be tears coming down my face, but I'd be smiling.
Yeah, you were excited when Garnacho got the ball for me, which was
I
nice.
shouted.
So you did. But yeah, unfortunately, he had a couple of really good chances. He like broke through. He's a very good player. He just can't always.
It's
finish.
weird though, because he always seems open on passes to him. I don't know whether that's
Yeah, I
like
think
an
it's
ego thing.
Yeah, I think it's Rashford. Rashford is they want to just keep getting the ball to Rashford as much as possible.
Yeah.
When he came off, they got the ball to Garnacho more. That's it.
But you're doing well.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone so much for joining. It's been lovely talking to all of you. Thank you as well for the, what's the word? Donations?
Yeah.
Thank
Donations,
you for
that's
donating to the Eleanor course. I will be finalising memberships on the channel if you do want to get involved and support the channel and all of the fun stuff later on this week. If not, probably, actually maybe I'll do it next week in the live stream. So that's exciting, but thank you again for joining. Don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed it before you go out, and we will see you again next Sunday. I will be back with my team selection on Thursday, and as we've gone through this week, I've got a lot of options. I'm not sure. I just know I'm going to bring in Tony. So do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss all the content. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
See you later.